Welcome, good evening. Finally got it to work again. This time no issues with camera not recognizing, this time issues with just connecting as a whole. So we still need to do my announcement on socials. Oh, so many pictures of Faros. I managed to take a lot of them. It's always too late, I'm well aware. Okay, can I finally get the message? Thank you. Okay, socials. That's my news article. Yes, got it. My privacy means nothing, well aware. I'm finding pictures of files everywhere, which is good, by the way. Just makes me stop. Okay, so that's the first social gone. And everything is super slow, so probably something is updating in the background without me notifying. Didn't do a recording last week because of Faros. And hopefully this week we're gonna fix the lighting in my studio, my micro studio. Got new light bulbs. It turns out the armatures are not that great either. Yes, I will look into the message soon enough. So yeah, what's there to tell? The weekly news. I mean, I really didn't do much. Just looked for distractions, cleaning up Vados, his toys, remembering, starting a memorial for the cats. This needs to be in the other one. This one can be done tomorrow. It's not relevant for now. Not relevant for now. Not relevant for now. Also not relevant for now. Huh. This is a social where I can post. Okay, someone is actually reaching out to me. Me specifically. Okay. Where is your message? I'll check that. Because someone recognized me at a convention. Don't like the Instagram message thingy thing. Okay, that was been mentioned. That's already known. Messages. Someone recognized me on Fantasy Fest. Huh. that was a happy something to be recognized. And they also complimented on my art. Title is still a working title. Just posting socials. Almost done with posting the socials. Also still looking for a new balance because of well, not having to do. And don't worry, there will be cats again. I mean, even if I didn't want to, I would not have a choice. This household needs cats. Okay, so I'm almost done with all the social postings, and then I can open the VTuber and see if there have been any messages. Don't. Okay, that should be all the messages. Wait, I didn't post it on my Facebook artist account. That should be the final one. And going back, and then I can check the messages that my chat have left me. Yum. That's my article. Let there be lights. Also, I still need to send my Christmas cards. They are going to be late. It's just, things were hectic, not in the mood. The not in the mood part was a very big part of the last week. Oh, so I'm not the only one who's late this year. That's nice. I did all write the addresses. It's just some still need to have stamps. And I still need to calculate what's cheaper, a stamp code to a foreign country or to Christmas stamps. Let's see, reset. That was not the intention. There we go. And I think I know why they ask to Christmas, Christmas stamps, because since they're cheaper, it covers most countries. But in fact, I rather buy a separate stamp so I can, have a Christmas stamp left for someone inside the Netherlands instead of just tossing money at PostNL. There's a hair bothering me, but it's too small for tweezers. Okay, so I'm first gonna try the text because I can do that this way. Just need to start remembering how this works. Not feeling it yet. I do notice that this is going crooked. There we go. So this is an Anno comic again. It's actually something that happened, well, not to me, but at my work. Turns out that there's a lot of hidden illiteracy in, well, the Netherlands, the world. And I was handing a form to a woman who had come with her son. And she looked at the form and she was, "Here, son, how about you do it so you can practice for when you're older?" And I was like, "You're not understanding the form." And it's just an assumption, of course, because I didn't ask, "Hey, why are you giving it to your son?" and not fill it out yourself. But I had a feeling like, yeah, you're giving this to your son because you can't read that well, and this is one of the mechanisms people use to hide their illiteracy. Give it to a child so they can practice, or saying, "Oh, I forgot my glasses." Oh, I think she said that as well. And you don't have to hide you can't read that well. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and it is something you can change. Most of you are aware I frequent giveaway cabinets. I love reading children books. I have a friend who loves children books. So they read the books after me and then put it in another giveaway cabinet with one of my cards in it as a little gift, little bonus. Let's do it like this. Not paying attention. With a little kiddo who's pretty much used it probably. But anyway, I knew an institution that was starting up with a space for children that they can play after school, and it's a neighborhood that has less rich people. Let's be honest. So I donated a lot of books I found in the giveaway cabinets because the kids often have toys, but if Dutch is not your first language, or there's little money in the house, books are often on the bottom of the list. And yes, they were giveaway cabinet books, so they were intended to be donated, and they hopefully kids take them home and share them with others. And I also think as a parent, you have a responsibility to take care of your children, and that means not using them as translators. I can understand if you just reached a new country that you don't know that much just yet, but I think it's called parentification. Not sure, but you're letting the child do things an adult should do. And parentification is a form of abuse, by the way. I'm not saying that if you let your child translate a letter or help with reading, you're immediately an abuser. Usually, it's a form of you let your child take care of their younger siblings. Sorry, heard something buzzing. Need to keep an eye on it. It was probably too small to be a wasp. Also, it's too cold to be a wasp. But keeping an eye open. What's flying over? Wait, is it a wasp? Sorry, it's a wasp. Oh, why did I do this? And of course the wasp is gone now. Okay. A lot of things toppled over, so I need to clean up a bit. Rotten timing. Let's see if a flashlight's gonna help. So sorry about that. There it is. There it is. Wait, you're not a wasp? Don't know what you are, but sorry, noise. Need to mute for a moment. Okay, sorry for that interruption. But our attic is a prime place for wasps. And by the looks of it, it was just a big fly. But not taking any chances. Let's see, messages. Okay, just information. Right, so that means I need to... whatever, you can stay down. But yeah, let children be children. That's the message. Yeah, I do need to clean up. And Varos made everything a bit behind. Very big behind. But we need to clean up the house because there will be new cats. What kind of pose should I do? Okay, this one looks weird. So yeah, you get everything with this stream. Drama, history. And if I have time left, I think I want to do the coin for mermaid. Because it turns out I didn't make a coin for mermaid. And for those who missed the stream or haven't been able to watch it back yet, I decided that I'm going to finish my characters until they're picture ready. That gives me a lot less stress. And then, for example, the sides and the pastelling, I can do that later on, and I can do a whole batch at the same time. And these two are looking at each other instead of the kid. Okay, this kid is a bit too tiny. And I don't know when I will 3D print again. Of course, I could take Penny as the helpful person, but you know, it should be for everyone. And I just think it fits better. That's it's the world of Penny nowadays. It's not just Penny. Yeah, the brown was for the very soft memories. That was what I did last week. Also hydrate. Okay, get a bit bigger. That's a bit too big. De Wereld van Sophie. I've never read that. It has been recommended to me. I haven't read it just yet. Also, I don't know if I already told this, so if I'm telling things twice, do forgive me. I found in the giveaway cabinet a book called De Laatste Eenhoorn. And I know this book. I have it in English. And I love the movie, by the way. Did read the book, but it was quite heavy, but I read it. And I was flipping through it, and I was like halfway, oh, this is the Dutch version. And I was like, duh, the title gave it away. So now I can read it in English, in both Dutch and English. And that's a weird onion head. And at work today, we had an assignment. It was called Dilemma Game. So you get phrases, and then you have to say, this is good, this is bad. And one I can state. And the question is, you're at work and you suddenly get a notification on your cell phone because it's it's through WhatsApp or it's tagging on socials. What do you do? And I check and I respond, or I don't check, I put my phone away, stuff like that. And I was like, well, I have all my social media notifications off. And the only ones I do get notifications on with my message apps are people who are very close and dear to me. So if they would add me during work, I am going to check very quickly, is it an important message or not? If it's not an important message, then I'm going to put my phone away and I'll contact them during my break and respond then. And if it's important, I am going to step away. And they were like, yes, but it's during work. And say, yeah, but those people know I do work. So if they would send me a notification during working hours, it's either something very important or something like, hey, can you pick up this and that on your way home? But of course, if you're working, I'm not going to scroll social media and respond to everything. I do take micro breaks. So that's like maybe 1 or 2 minutes just looking away. Sometimes it means looking at my other screen and doing something and just clear my mind. Because I work customer service. And most of the time that's just normal. But there are moments that the client gets very agitated and takes it out on me. And then you need a little recharge to get the next client, because there's a chance the next client is going to be equally mean. Because, of course, there were days that I had like 6, 7 nasty clients in a row. And then you need to recharge. Customer service work is very fulfilling. I love doing it. I just don't like it when people start shouting at me and it's not something I can change. At work, it's quite often the law states a client thinks they have right to be. Or recently at my volunteer work, someone was shouting to me and I was like, but I don't know you. I was never involved with you. Who are you? Why are you shouting at me? Oh, wait. He had a little flick of hair. And of course, if you start shouting back, that's going to escalate things. And hello to one on YouTube now. How many people are watching? We have 3 on YouTube, 3 on Twitch. It's an even number. So shout out to the YouTube watchers and shout out to the Twitch watchers, whoever you are. And because of privacy reasons, I'm only going to give shout outs if I know these people are comfortable with it. But you can trigger a shout out by saying something very meaningful that will not disclose your location or other private information. For example, like this. Because your privacy is very important to me. Oh, that looks smiling. And if I also have time left, I might pick a few images that I want to turn into square magnets. I am going to look into one of my recent Forever Young art for the audio novel, if there's something that can be magnetized. Or maybe other old art. So yes, it's going to be the same image on different medium. But like I said, I have to work on my book 7 art. Well, I have no worries for Vados anymore, unfortunately. Square magnet goes into the square hole. I get that one. It goes into the square hole. Or maybe the round hole. Was it a square hole or a round hole? Can't remember that meme for now. Watched it recently, by the way. And of course, we also have the embroidery machine, where we need to make a couple of tests. I got the final embroidery frame. That's a bit more suitable for the patch size that I want to make. And thus far, we only have one successful patch size, patch design, and that's the Phoenix. So maybe I'm going to make 1 or 2 in different colors and put that on for sale. Okay, I'm going to make her sweat a bit more. I think most of my time is accidentally the 3D printable project. I'm always running a bit behind, but like I said, if I decide to paint them until picture perfect, that saves a lot of time and a lot of stress. And remember, I already printed and painted a couple of designs for the final year, so that already saves a lot of hassle. A bit more closed off. This head just feels nyeh. You know when it feels nyeh. I also have a couple of musical instruments and a keyboard, and I want to start recording sound effects and offer them for free. Does mean I have to get a good recording setup for that. Okay, so this anno suddenly shrunk. But by the miracle of computer, instead of redrawing it 700 times, just gonna make him bigger. And of course, I want to draw my book 7 art, or at least interior art, analogically. And I think I'm going to show a preview because you guys have been so patient at the more or less end of the stream, probably after the penny. Because that it's the splash image. The splash image always has a poem. I'm hearing so much noises, but unfortunately, they're not Farals. By the way, Farals, his final days, the only thing he wanted to eat was a liquid snack. Keep on seeing things moving around. And liquid snack was also what helped getting his medication in. So I decided to send an email to VitaCraft to thank them, to let them know how their product managed to keep my cat with me for 449 days extra. I'm forgetting her hair. And they did respond with a very, very kind message. You always have those corporate lingo, we are very sorry and stuff like that. This was written by someone who was kind, warm, and most likely a cat owner, considering context. Not showing the... She's allowed to look relieved, but not like she's ashamed or something like that. And let's... well... He has that onion face again, or that onion head. Because I can quite well say that liquid snack was pretty much a lifesaver for Farels. It was his final meal as well. Double liquid snack. He really, really loved liquid snack. And I'm glad that's something we managed to give him till the end. Because most of you know that Varos was a scared cat, scared of everything. Except liquid snack, apparently. And if you wanted to take him along to the vet, you had to sedate him, give him a calming potion. So make him stoned. And at least we managed to mix that through liquid snack. If he really refused to eat, we wouldn't have been able to get him to the vet. And then it would have been more scared, more sorrow. We actually did not have cats that liked catnip thus far. Sometimes a little moment. I think Frodo liked catnip most. But the other cats weren't really impressed by it. Okay, so the liner is done. And then I'm going to copy this layer. Hide it. I'm going to copy this layer. Merge it. And you guys see nothing changing, but I do. Because if I'm correct now, yep, it all fills very easily now. Yes, text balloons are still at weird positions. Ignore the positions of the text balloons. Right, but it probably is best if I keep this layer and do it above this. Makes it easier to not. There we go. See, making it easier each time. Also, when we do get new cats, I will not put them in the comic straight away. That is pretty much my rule. I want to get to know them first, and I want to make certain they stay with us. Because it can happen that there's just no click, and then the cats will have to go again. They will be silently introduced, just like the other cats. We tried Valerian as well. And the only thing that completely knocked Varos out of his wits was GABA. And the other medication that we had was a lot lighter. Gabatin, I'm not sure what it's called again. It's not really that important, but it was something like that. And we do hope that our next cats will not be that scared of the vet, or at least not as scared of us. I will not go for the classic. There's no need to shade extra, so this is going to be fun and easy. How? No, wait. Kit's going to be green. Might need to do some cleanup, but thus far it's okay. The letter is going to be pink. Bomkat. It was called Bomkat, and I have no idea what's in it. But Faros did not like that stuff, and he was not as stoned out as how the vet said he would be. So that's why we didn't want to use it for his yearly checkup. They had to because of his medication. Apparently there's a law you have to check up after a year to see if the cat is still responding well. Well, with Faros all stressy, that was very interesting, but okay, we did it. So they came by, but the first time he was sedated, it might have been a combination of all the sedations and narcosis he got, but yeah. He was not feeling great, and we thought we lost him, would lose him that same day, so. Okay, so background. Let's give it a bit of a happier color. Cheerfuler. You can be deleted. No, I want this thing. A little bit bigger, just to fill it nicer. Okay, I think this is it. I did it in pretty much half an hour. Not counting along the interruption by the big fly that had a wasp scare. And like I said, this is based on an actual event. And of course, it could have been good intentions. They could have forgotten their glasses, but something was off. Like, you need help. Yeah, there wasn't really much text to check. Well aware. Okay, so that's the file. I'm gonna check it twice. No Christmas vibe. We currently have one on YouTube, 3 on Twitch. Also, I made a stupid mistake. I was making a backup of my computer, and I was like, there's too little space. There's probably an old backup I can remove. So I removed an old backup. And I got the message, this is too big to be recycled. Would you like to delete it forever, permanently? And I was like, yeah, it's an old backup. It's fine. Guess what was in that folder? The entire collection of all my streams. Yay! And don't worry, I can re-download it from YouTube, which is gonna be a pain. About 500 videos. And it doesn't have a download everything at once. But yeah, I'm going to get a new disc just for that. And you know, to be honest, I don't really miss it. I mean, everything is on YouTube, which, why am I opening this? You're not supposed to be opened. Go away. But there's not something that really exciting happens in my streams. It still amazes me there are people who watch it later and are like, oh, they like it. And I'm like, it was just me in a monologue. Nothing funny happened. I'm background noise. I'm sometimes not really sure what I'm doing. So I'm checking the final comics. Last one was Pharos. Before that, it was Protect Your House from Burglars. That was a Penny. Or at least Penny was in there. Before that, we had The Pete's Adrift. Then we had Penny and Kim. Then we had Penny and Ethan. Then we had Penny and Ethan. Penny and Anos. Penny and Alex. And Penny and Kim. So there's still plenty of Penny this year. There we go. Now the text. Someone is sharing terrible jokes, but they're so great. And they're the kind of jokes I can't share on stream. Okay, this text is a bit tricky. I guess this should be it. Oh man, he's on Steam. So I guess this is it, the text. Where's my stream so I can see what you guys see? Boop. That might be a bit easier. Okay, so I can remove it from the stream. The others have it. Okay, so this is for now done. And I first want to show the splash art. Usually I don't show art from inside the book unless I'm streaming it. Let's see. Whew. So this is the splash page. I think I already showed it on stream. I'm not sure, hence why I'm just posting it here. And yes, it's in second. Yes, I did show this because I translated the text. Oh wait, I translated the text with everyone, not showed the art. And of course, it's when it's going to be in the novel, because that's going to be in grayscale. It would be like this. Yeah, I made the art on the stream. I couldn't remember it, so hence why I'm just showing it now. Last time, hydration. Let's see. My 3D printables. Oh, that was Ohio. Well, that fits. Hmm. Did I print Rai? Okay, I'm going to organize a bit so I can make a screenshot of all the coins. So I can have a list who is who. I want to sort it by type. There we go. Now we suddenly have a lot less. That was indeed spring. That was summer. Oh, that's Tama. Cool. Ah, that was young. See, if you make so many things at the same time, you just don't know what you're doing anymore. So I'm just going to make a screenshot of this and put it in my 3D printables. So at least I have a list nearby. And oh, I can delete you as well. Nice. I already did coin Rade. Soldier of Light. Did I also do Rade? Where's Rade? Soldier of Ice, Soldier of Light. Oh, that one's on my. Okay, cool. But where's Rade? I thought this would be an. Oh, here's Rade. Okay. Can't remember that I have this one printed. But I'm going to check anyway. That was summer. That was light. And I'm going to make a new one for what's our girl's name? Dragon Mermaid. And this is all unorganized. I'm going to organize it later and then get lost of everything. I think I'm going to take a tiny break. Yep, I'm gonna take a tiny break. Be right back. Sorry about that, but better to have it done now than halfway the art. Okay, so pun words are still going. Okay, so we have to do Dragon Mermaid. And I think I'm going to cheat a little bit and look. But if it's from your own art, it's fine. This is very old art by me, so it's okay if I take that as a inspiration. Let's call it like that. Because it took me very long to create this dragon shape. And I can either struggle again or just trace my old work. I mean, it's my own old work. That should be allowed. And I just want my normal pen. Which one was the normal pen? I think this was it. Yep. So now what? That makes it very rectangular. I need to make it more roundy. Well, at least that's a bit better. So quite ironic that the dragon shape is going to be included with the dragon mermaid. Remember, sometimes you need to put something off center to make it look on center. Okay, so I think the teeth are a bit too close to each other. So that's something I do need to change. How about we mention it? A dragon, mermaid, coin. Completely forgot to start recording. Oh well. I'll download the stream afterwards then. I really dislike downloading the stream because it takes forever. It just doesn't look centered now. It is technically centered, it just doesn't look centered. And what would happen if I would add I think I'm gonna add a little horn. No, I think that distracts too much. So I think this is it for the coin. So still bothering me. Apparently that's not it. I'm not a very good dragon artist. And since I'm not online anyway, I'm not going to show the conversion. No, that's a bit too far back. Okay, detail, standard extrude, centimeters, 100 by 100. Oh, wait, it needs to be millimeters. Otherwise, it's going to be insanely big. Depth 3. Detail, ad blocker. Bleh. I already put it out. Great, now I can start over. Okay, so millimeters, 100. Is it 100, not 1300? Depth 3. Extrude. Invert. Transparency black, I believe. Covered. Let's see. Okay, it looks fine. It does look like everything has holes. So, download the STL. And open the file. Oh, wait, you shouldn't use... See, this is very clear. You exactly know what it is now. No, you need this one. You can paste your own eye on the coin. People who don't want an eye, people who want to paint an eye, and if you want to paste your own stone on top of it. And if you're like, yeah, but it needs a hole, you can always use a little carving knife or melting tool to just get that in there. Yeah, skip this version. That's not really important right now. I'll download it later. Downloads. Okay, it does say it looks like there's lines. But my experience is that usually this just goes fine. I just don't know why it suddenly does that. Need to test print it, but usually when you 3D print it, it just becomes one solid object. I haven't much issue with it, because if I add another one... Not getting any mentions of holes. Yeah. Strange, it shouldn't do holes. Okay, also has a little bit of hole. Maybe the issue is that the coin is too big. Usually I do it at 50. And with a 3 depth. And that should fix it. And otherwise, what you always can do, if you are worried about it, just add inner brim. Inner brim should... you do inner and outer brim. make a little bit extra, but it should also close those holes. But thus far, I haven't had a coin that fell apart. If it does, I'll just have to redo it. So that's future problem. Because I was still hadn't done anything yet. Oh, I can delete this one. Good. The art is not here. Huh. Where is the art? I need art. A lot of Vados pictures. Still need to finish the banner. Hello. I already did this one. Did this one. Maybe it's in the other art file. It's in the other art file. Of course it is. Kona-ai. I had some issues with Kona-ai's file. Needed to redo a couple of things, so I need to have a save file. I'm gonna take this one as a base. Still need to print Kona-ai. So I can print Kona-ai, the dragon coin, and now the other art. These characters print quite fast, so now I need to size it. That's a bit too let's see, because I want it have in the same perspective size. So that means I need to get the head. Yeah, this is fine. And I still have a couple of characters left to draw. Right, one Mermaid 2027, 6 Dark Guardian, Mermaid freebie. There's still a couple of things to do for the final year. You know, first this year. So this girl is named Teria. And I can't tell anything about her because it's one of the biggest plot points of Forever Young. Don't like that line. Usually I do a 10, but 12 feels more fitting now. And I had some issues with things not printing correctly, so there are only a few things I can tell about Teria. Her full name is Misuteria Sunako, which means mysterious child. And her Earth name is Terry. And her royal name is Hamiti Mato King, but that's only in the English version. Let's call it like that. She does have an earring. Not gonna make that because that would only be a little line. Makes no sense. The name Hamiti Mato King is formed out of the first letters of all the chiefesses before her, but those are their Earth equivalent names, meaning I have to create new names with their second variant names. But I decided not to bother with that anytime soon. And Tyria is part of the still working name Sci-Fi Stories. Daughter of... wait, I didn't do boobs. No boobs. Or at least not very obvious ones. She's the daughter of Konai. I really don't like that line. That's better. And she changes her DNA to change her hair color. So she usually has purple hair, but then she changes it so one side of her hair has purple stripes and the other side has blue stripes. So I'm creating a version with none, so you can paint in those stripes if you really want to. I'm not sure which version I'm going to make. And this is more or less her teen version. And it has a reason why I say more or less. And as an adult, one point in time, I'm thinking about her cutting her hair into more a bob. But yeah, I really need to start working on that canvas. I'm not gonna do that today, the AnimeCon banner. because if I would do it today, I would honestly rush it. Maybe I'll find the energy for it in the weekend. It's just a couple of chibis that need to be done, so okay. Let's test this out. We have currently 7 people. 1 on YouTube, 6 on Twitch. Getting crowded. Okay, so I'm going to test this off screen, because that goes a little bit faster and you don't get all the annoying advertisements. Teria. Whew. How does the alphabet go? Oh, right. Now I do need to click invert output. No, that's not just it. I also need to do set transparency on white for some odd reason. The lines are not smooth. Also, it's not behind the mouth. There isn't, and I don't know where yet. Lines just don't turn out smooth. Second version. Was there something with the file size? Okay, so that's not the issue. It's big enough. I also seeded it from a file I knew that was working from. These lines don't look very smooth. So I picked a bigger. Pinky doesn't work on that. Why is this? Unit millimeters. I'm just gonna try something because there is something about the file that's messing up, and I don't know why it does that. Canvas size. 500 to 500, removing it to 100 to 100 millimeters. Okay. Canvas size 50 to 50. So it's a bit bigger, fine by me. Okay, we're gonna try again. There's just something that goes wrong. It sees pixels that don't exist. And you get very jagged lines. There's jagged lines here as well. I need the smoothest. Technically I need a vector correct line. Do I have a vector here? Does the store have a interesting vector line like pen that doesn't have any pixels? Yeah, it's ghost pixels. I think that's how you can describe it. Starting up, starting up, starting up. Assets. Let's look for vector pen. There's not really a vector pen. I think this might be a... Okay, this looks promising. And it's a free pen, so let's try it. Well, let's try that. Okay, so I have 2 pens to try. That's Maestri. Don't need Maestri. I downloaded the saxophone. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Pen. 2 pens to try out. Okay, it does look nice. And this one, it looks nice, but it's not what I'm looking for. Well, let's try it. Like I said, I don't know what changes it. I don't know why it suddenly does what it does. Okay, this tapers and I don't want that. That's better. So that's the issues with creating things like this. Sometimes you have a wonderful design and the program just hates you for some odd reason. And with the final file that I did, Kono, it took 3 times. 3 times retraces, new files, and suddenly, poof, it worked. Tyria's hair ornament was made by her best friend Samira. And I'm well aware that is a very earthy name. Trying again and again and again. Okay, let's try again. Still bumpy lines. And for some odd reason, it... What if I put it on detail low? There's something in the file and I don't know what. It makes all the lines bumpy. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This is also very ghosty. What am I doing wrong? Oh, nice that happens, but that's not what I'm looking for. Can I reset all my pens? Tool settings, no. Yeah, that's just one tool at a time. Either I remove everything, that's also a possibility. This too has lines. I technically need. Okay, let's grab a file that I know is good. Again, for the record. Let's convert that again. We know Tengai has a good file. Just put that on medium, convert. Well, it more or less gives the same effect now. Did I update the tool? Because I would not like that. Well, I think this is the best I can get for now. Let's download it. Thing is, you can struggle with this all evening and nothing works, and then you retry it a day later and poof, it works. Had that before. And that's very, very frustrating. Okay, I can't zoom in any further. That's kind of the downside of Bamboo Lab. Maybe it helps if I scale it. Well, it does look kind of smooth now. Again, open lines, but you shouldn't have issues with that one printing. I think I'm just going to have to try. And see if the print becomes acceptable. Oh, that has just smooth lines. What did I do with the Kona I file? .300 pixels. Same lines. And this was not much bigger. High accuracy. High accuracy. So I think I just gonna print it and see is something changed. It's quite. There's a chance the software updated. It's seeing a lot of spots I'm not seeing. Convert another. Sometimes it helps to just start over. I want it on millimeters. Let's keep it on the height 100. I don't really care at the moment anymore. We want extrude. Great. Accidentally removed the image. Options. Transparency is white. Enable smoothing. Change. I don't want to change the image. Stop clicking the change image. Convert. Right. Import output. The printing inside the frame is fine. It's just that the outline has little dimples. Why? Why does the outside have dimples and not the inside? Just gonna select, expand with 1 pixel. Delete, 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 delete. Also delete it on the other layer, of course. B. And what I really dislike of Bamboo Lab is that you can't really zoom in. Okay. This fixed it. I just made the selection 1 pixel bigger. Click delete on both sides and it works. Okay. I don't know why. But let's see. Let's just, it works. Not gonna break my head over it. I'm just gonna save this, download this, and next time something feels like I get bumpy outlines, I'm gonna try this exact trick again. So it's 11:15 now. Kind of need to work tomorrow. So it's sleepy time. Need to download the file so I can create other files. And let's see. First day is working with electricity and cleanup. Saturday is converting old recordings and cleanup. Sunday is student coming by. So no stream. But that should be the final stream of the year. So yeah. Wait, I'm gonna check one little thingy. Oh, good, it didn't take that. Yes, that's acceptable. Phew. Okay. Well, bye bye, I guess. See you next time.